So this is Courtyard Marriott, one of the best hotels in Tbilisi. We're now at the Freedom Square, the very center of Tbilisi. And that nice building over the back that we see is the former city hall, very old building. And now we're heading to Rustaveli Avenue, the main avenue of Tbilisi, the central avenue, where you can find movie theaters, very famous theater, former parliament building, one of the oldest schools in Georgia, and well, this is the most famous and historic place, and most of historic activities have been happening here. This is famous Georgian traffic. As you can see, some guy is standing in two lanes at the same time. You can see such situations quite often in Tbilisi. Here you can see the huge reconstruction going on. This is gonna be a very, very big trading center with access to subway station, to different theaters, etc. Seems that car accident has happened here, and this Corolla feels very, very bad himself. His steering is locked and he can't help himself. He can't move. This seems to be the accident happened to the truck. This is Monday evening in Tbilisi. You can see police driving US police interceptors, Ford police interceptors. Okay, so across the avenue you can see this very beautiful building. It's very ancient one. Age of it is almost a century. This is a subway station. Freedom Square, the central metro station of Tbilisi. So what I was saying, that amazing building over across the road is our National Museum, where are kept historic artifacts from around Georgia, including the Golden Age, the prehistoric golden handcrafts. This on the left you see is the Youth Palace. Young Georgians can come here and study for free, take different courses of dancing, arts, etc. Even English, Russian and other foreign languages. Okay, so we're getting close to the very important place of Tbilisi. On the right you can see the Rustaveli movie theater. This is, I guess, the oldest movie theater in Tbilisi and also one of the best movie theaters. Now we are almost in front of the old parliament building, in front of which all the Georgian manifestations and demonstrations have been happening throughout the history. And in 1989, the 9th of April, when Russian army came against Georgian manifestation for freedom, many were killed, many were damaged here. This is one of the painful moments for Georgia and one of the most important days for Georgia. It was a day when Georgia stood like one, and when our country firmly registered this position that it would definitely be independent and free country. This is the old parliament building. This is a very old building. So across the parliament building there has been demolished and rebuilt the Museum of Fine Arts. It's being finished right now and we're hoping to see it in the nearest future, in several months, fully functional. This is a really great building and its architecture is being kept like it was previously. You can see that our parliament building is a very beautiful building. This has been built in the Soviet times, and at the top of it there were Soviet symbols displayed, but those symbols have been removed now and no more hammer is displayed there. So here you can see on the left the number 1 school of Georgia, Tbilisi. This is the oldest school of Tbilisi from the 19th century. Here used to study a lot of Georgian writers and famous people. On the right you can see Kashweti Church, one of the oldest churches in Tbilisi, and right besides it there is a museum of arts. So here we can see that in front of the school there are statues of two great men, Ilya Chavchavadze and Akaki Tsereteli. Both were writers, both were very active social persons, and they've made education public. Ilya Chavchavadze was the one who was against slavery and one of the first capitalists in Georgia. He created a bank which allowed people to take loans almost for free without any interest, and this allowed Georgian peasants to buy lands from the landlords and to start their own agricultural works. Here on the left side is a building, used to be ministry, then used to be the office of Georgian Airways, and now it's going to be reconstructed into a 5-star hotel, as they say. Maybe it won't be 5-star, but it's gonna be a great hotel. Anyways. Okay, on the right side we see Tbilisi Marriott. Again, one of the best hotels of Tbilisi. This is a hotel where Barcelona Football Club stayed when they visited Georgia for their Super Cup match against Sevilla. Right next to Tbilisi Marriott, you can see the ancient historic building, which now contains Pasha Bank. It's the Azerbaijani business bank which gives only business loans and works only on corporate market. Right next to Pasha Bank you can see Rustaveli Theater, the most famous theater of Georgia, and it's famous all around the world, I guess. The theater lovers will definitely recognize it. As far as our plays and our theater is really famous, and they perform all over the world, our actors. On the left you can see the old building that's also going to be renovated. This is just an ordinary house, people live here, but first floor, of course, at the main avenue contains a lot of shops, bars, etc. Okay, on the right side, this is the building where the offices are deployed. You can see that almost all the windows are dark now, lights are not on there because nobody lives here anymore, and they are used as the offices of different companies and different political parties. The same happens on the left side, but this side is inhabited more, and the curtains are the reason that lights are not on the higher floors. You can find banks, shops, restaurants, cafes, bars, mobiles, phone operator offices, etc. So if you live nearby, you have everything right in about 5 minutes walking distance, and you can get anything you want within 5 minutes without owning a car or taking any transportation. The place is really cozy and atmosphere is really friendly, amicable. People interact a lot, and genuinely Tbilisi was one of the friendliest cities in the Soviet countries. People used to love to interact, to talk to each other, etc. So this is Makticom, one of the Georgian mobile operators, the biggest and the best. If you come to Georgia and you have to take the SIM card of Georgian GSM operator, definitely go for Makti, and especially for their product Bani. It's the best and the best priced also. Here you can see that we have a lot of shops, Next, Tagi, Swarovski, etc. And on the right side you can see one of the oldest buildings of Tbilisi, Georgia. This is the House of the Opera, which is a masterpiece of architecture and is considered to be the artifact. Let's look at the left side at the beautiful facade of the building, and as soon as we get out of the trees we are going to see the House of the Opera. So this is our building of the opera. If I'm not mistaken, it was built in 1870 or something like that. It's definitely from the 19th century, from 1860s, 1870s. Don't remember the exact dates. Sorry for that. But hey, this is a beautiful building right here. And its hall and its stage are amazing. If you see this video, definitely go to the Google and look at those photos. You're definitely gonna be willing to visit Georgia and to take a visit in our opera house. Okay. So next to opera house there is the MoMA Tbilisi, the Museum of Modern Arts. A lot of fashion shows, expositions and arts exhibitions are organized here, and it's active through the whole year. On the left side there used to be the House of Ministry of Justice, but now it's being renovated as far as our Ministry of Justice remote. This is the Georgian Underground road cross, where you could always find some interesting things being sold. As you see, all the infrastructure is lights, and you can easily navigate through the city. Okay, so we have crossed the road and we are at the MoMA Tbilisi that I mentioned, the Museum of Modern Arts, where a lot of events are being held almost all the months of the year, every month of the year, sorry. So on the left you can see that there are a lot of shops. You can find the British Council there. You can also find the Council of Canada there. And right next to that long building you will find the shopping center Merani, where you will find Zara, Cotton and other famous brand outfits, Massimo Dutti, etc, etc. There you also will find some delicious cuisine restaurants. So on the left, this is the so-called Imeli building in the name of Lenin, Imeni Lenina in Russian, meaning the building is named for Lenin. Now an Arabian company has procured it, and as they declare, here is gonna be a 7-star hotel. This is gonna be the front building with halls, restaurants, maybe casino too, and right behind it you can find, I think for today, the tallest building of Tbilisi, highest building, sorry, it's really high. And this is gonna be the building where the hotel rooms are positioned, placed. But developer company Access is building the Twin Towers in Bakay district, which is gonna be about 200 meters in height, and it's gonna be the highest one in Tbilisi. Okay, so this building is being finished right now, and it's gonna be opening in August, I guess. Just for information, now it's the end of June, the 20th of June. So in about 1 month, this huge building is going to be fully operational. Right behind it you can see Radisson Blu, one of the best hotels in Tbilisi, with a very delicious restaurant and lounge. It also has casino, a very casino. So if you happen to visit Tbilisi, you know where to stay. The best hotels for today are Marriott, Courtyard Marriott, Radisson Blu, and Holiday Inn. Sheraton is under reconstruction and will be opening in about half a year, I guess. And this building right behind the tall building is a former post and telecommunications building. Now you can find Wendy's restaurant and smart supermarket there, and it is also under reconstruction, and Radisson Blu telegraph is going to be positioned there. So this is over, the first video of Tbilisi, and if you like this video I'll be shooting many more videos for you.